2020, August 23rd, 8:01 a.m. Now, the Akhenaten took the 18th dynasty's private family religion of they worshipped the Aten directly from or attributed to, and or they were the 18th dynasty was the returning family of the old kingdom, which means the old kingdom spent 300 years from 2600 BC to 2100 BC when the Hyksos invaded. Remember, Moses was a Hyksos. He was, just because he called himself a Varus does not mean he wasn't a Hyksos. And he was a Hebrew because he created the Hebrew culture, but the Hebrew culture is a subsidiary of the Esau culture, not Jacob's culture. The twins. And for proof and physical evidence of that, the amount of really nasty, really uncool, inappropriate things that Moses did in his life, up to and including directing the destruction of any paperwork, any documentation, any kind of records regarding what the Torah was before he got his hands on it. Also, the destruction of dozens, if not hundreds of languages. He directed his people to find languages that disagreed with him and destroyed them. Which is exactly what the Hyksos did. Which is exactly what Esau did. Which is exactly what Terah did. And there's a theme to the Esau / Hyksos / Avaris / Dorian / different named cultures. Agamemnon, the Romans, the English, the Prussians. They like to come in and destroy and then rebuild and say, "Oh, we invented this." Period. Just because they can say it, just because they can say, "Oh, see this documentation we wrote." Well, since we wrote the documentation, you have to believe this documentation. Just because we wrote it does not actually mean that make the documentation anything other than a fiction of nothingness. Period. A fiction of psychosis, of paranoid delusional schizophrenia. Period. Just because historians and the like believe the propaganda does not actually make it true. That's not all that unlike watching the documentation from Fox News and they're almost daily stating that Obama was about to be impeached. Well, nothing could have been further from the truth, but they still printed it, and they in effect had their audience believing that Obama was literally one step away from being impeached for 8.5 years. Period. Nothing can be farther from the truth. Period.